How you doing? I'm Bernie from Bernie'sHomeStudio.com. Welcome. I want to talk to you today about how to make your mix translate from system to system. It's been a real challenge of mine for the last decade. Yeah, I get it sounding great in my studio, and next thing you know, I take it out to the car and it just falls apart. And that's really for one reason only, and that's because, you know, whether you're listening to your home stereo, your car stereo, your player in the kitchen, you're rare, unless you're listening with earbuds or headphones or in a studio environment, you are not listening in full stereo. You are listening in mono or some variation of. And what happens when two sound sources, a left and a right speaker, play material, those sound waves meet just like waves in a pool. And where you have crests that meet crests, you have what's called constructive interference, which adds to the volume, the amplitude of the wave. And where you have a trough meeting a trough, you have destructive interference, which causes an absence of sound or a decrease in volume and amplitude, one and the same. So if you're listening in the car, you're sitting in the driver's seat, or you're sitting in the passenger seat, or you're sitting in the back seat, not in the center of the vehicle, you're getting that interference happening before the material from the other side hits your ears. And then you've also got the difference between your right ear and your left ear. There's, 8-10 inches, a foot, if you got a big head like me, big shiny head like me. That causes some timing differences as well, which can cause differences, which can cause the root cause of why it sounds different from your studio environment to wherever you're listening. Listening in mono is the easiest way to check your mix and make sure that it translates. If you are listening to it in stereo and it sounds great, and then you sum it to mono, however you can sum it. In Studio One, it's very cool because there's a button right here that let me zoom in there if I can. There we go. There's a button right there that switches the mix to mono. There are other ways to do it. You can get a plug-in that has a mono switch on it. You can get a widener and take the wideness down from 100% to 0%. That'll sum things to mono. You can get a mono speaker of any kind. There's tons of Bluetooth versions out there that are kind of cool. I like them. They're not too bad. But basically, you want your mix to sound very similar, because the EQ of different instruments, it won't let you have any leeway. And when it's summed up the middle in mono, if you can't hear guitars, then you haven't EQ'd them right. If you can't hear keyboards, then you haven't EQ'd them right. And EQ is pretty much the crux of that, the way that wave is going to come out of those speakers. So let me give you a little bit of a listen here. This is a song from Purple School Bus called Moving On. And I'll give you an idea of what a decent mix that translates well across different systems sounds like. You'll hear very little difference between the stereo and mono mix, and I'll just play some. Mono. Stereo. It just feels like it gets wider. It doesn't change much.
Where to now? You know, little by a minute. Where to now? And I'm knee deep in it. Moving on.
You can hear all the individual parts fairly well in mono. They could probably work a little bit more on those vocals. They spread out nicely.
figure out your head spinning, keep on moving on.
Where I want you to listen to the separation in the kick and the bass to see if you can tell that there's any difference there. Not too bad to me. There's a little bit of a difference, but it's minuscule. And if you think about the way sound works and the physics of it, the closer in frequency things are, like the kick and the bass, those waves are similar length, right? And often occupy the same length wave. So getting separation in those common those frequencies that are close together, those instruments that are close together in frequency range, is what you want to listen for to really get good separation. If you can get good separation in mono, when you expand it back out to stereo, it's going to really sound good, especially on your headphones and in your studio environment, or on an audiophile system that they've set up properly. You know, if they've got a decent room, they've got a stereo left and right image, and they know that their sweet spots in the middle of that, equidistant from each speaker. They're going to sit on the couch. Their favorite spot's going to be that center cushion on the couch in the middle of that room. Those guys are really going to get a good benefit out of your stereo mix. But again, most people these days do not listen in stereo unless they're on earbuds. And even then, they're probably paying more attention to where they're running, or the exercise machine they're on, or the latte that they're drinking while they're walking down the road. So that's my tip for the day. If you want things to translate well, check your mix in mono. In fact, I do most of my mixing in mono, and then I expand it back out to stereo to make sure I'm not in left field. So that's my tip for the day. Thank you. Check out Bernie'sHomeStudio.com if you would. Be sure and like and subscribe. Shout out to my son Mason's YouTube channel, Carico Squirtle Pug Club. Have a good day, guys.